Okay. So long time back when I discussed about migration from on-premises to managed instance, I told you that there are two ways to achieve this. One using offline, the other one using online, right? I mean, it's long time back. It's almost more than 1 year or close to 1 year. So when we were discussing that topic, I told you that we have to create separate containers for each database, if you remember it. I don't know because it's long time. So definitely there are chances for us to forget that. So I will show you that demo again, and I will show you what the problem is. Okay, so anyone remembered like the thing what I discussed? Did you remember what I said? Like why I have to create container for each database? What if I place all the database backup files inside the same container? I know it's a long time. So I will show you the problem again. I'm just waiting for my MI to get started because I just started 17 minutes back. So it will take 20 minutes to kickstart it. So we are almost there. So it will start in another 1 or 2 minutes. So before that, I will launch my PowerShell and my source server, which is 2022. So anyone in real time has driven migration using Azure Data Studio for multiple databases? Yes or no? I would like to know that info. Using Azure Data
No.
Studio? No. Okay. So if you have around 50 databases on premises and your client is asking us for you to migrate onto MI, so what are the things that you are using right now? Are you using backup restore or LRS or managed instance link? What is the approach what you are following? Anyone who did migration, first of all, in this 18 or 19 people onto MI, not onto Azure SQL, because Azure SQL doesn't support native backup and restore. Okay, so that means no. Okay, let's wait for it. This guy is about to start. And one of the members inside the group, we were discussing about the cost of MI with the new feature, right? Start stop. So how much would it cost? So it is not costing much. So that's the great news. So we can spin up the managed instance, and if you stop it and if you can start it based on your requirements, there is not much cost associated with it. There is one example from Microsoft also where if you just start the MI at 8 o'clock and if you stop it at 5 o'clock during the weekdays, so it just cost you around 100 euros or perhaps 100 to 140 euros, something like that. So it's a great news because previously we don't have the option to stop and it used to take 500 euros for me. So that is the problem. But now if we stop it, it is not taking much cost. And even if you run it on your systems from 8 to 5, and if you stop it after that, it will cost you around 100 to 140 dollars or euros, whatever it is. So that's the cost that will I mean, that is a figure what I came to know. Okay, so
8 to 5 a.m. or p.m. you are saying time.
8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just the working hours. I will show you what the problem is. So for that, I'm just waiting for my MI to get kick-started. So I think it's almost ready. So let me take the Azure Data Studio also. And also I've shown you one real-time demo of LRS of my servers, like the company what I'm working. So I've shown you how to drive the multiple databases migration using LRS. LRS is built only on top of PowerShell. So there is no GUI support for log replay service. So I've shown you that example, and I think I've shared the scripts also. So in a similar fashion, I will share the script what I'm going to use today, but still there are some problems with that script. So, but let's see first. I don't know why it is taking too long. It's almost 20 minutes. So before we move on, if you have any questions on MI, just let me know. I'll just wait for that MI to start. No questions on MI? Generic questions are also fine.
Vamsi, we are expecting a complete migration from on-prem to MI. So that is end to end. What I'm saying, what my intention is, if you have shown me, if you have shown a complete migration, that will be helpful for us.
Complete migration in the sense. So in the past, I've shown the real-time scenarios also where the data is getting pumped in, and we performed online migration. Okay, so that is there. And this time I will show you how to migrate logins also. But for that, I'm planning to, as I told you, I wanted to show you Windows authentication for MI. So I wanted to show you that part that is pending. So that's the reason I just, I'm not showing you the login migration part. But the rest of the things, it's okay. And also just to let you know, I've shown you TD database migration also, right? TD is there. Multiple databases I've shown, and real-time data, I mean to say online migration, where the data will keep on getting added, and I've shown you how to migrate that also. So I try to cover everything, that is what I can think of. If you have anything else that you would like to, yeah, I can take that up. I don't know why this guy is taking too much time. 24 minutes ago, it should start by this time. Let's see. Sometimes this message will be misleading. So let's see.
So the thing is, is it possible to to show a complete migration in one video? Vamsi, is
Complete
that possible?
migration in one video. Let's see first. Okay. So
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Vamsi.
yeah.
Yeah, good evening, Vamsi. Actually, I followed your YouTube channel. So in that, I have seen couple of videos in data migration from DB migration from on-premises to Azure. So in that, did you mention anything like before that one guy asked you one question like regarding that migration? So do we understand by help of that videos?
So there are two ways actually. Let me show you the migration today, and later I will take your questions. So as of
Okay,
now,
okay,
I'm not
okay,
able to connect from
okay.
my VM. So what do you think the problem will be? I'm not able to connect to my managed instance from my VM, and this is the error what I'm getting.
Port is failed, I hope. Port related.
Port related, let's check that. It's not required. Let me just directly paste it. Can you check the error logs? Just a question. Error logs for MI.
That I'm not sure, but by the error message, I thought that.
Just to let you know, so if you're not able to connect, we don't have the operating system, right? So we cannot go to the physical location, and that is not possible. So if you're not able to connect, you can't inspect the error logs. Okay, so I'm getting test net connection failure. So what I've done is, I think probably I removed that peering. So I have to add that peering. So I'll tell you why I'm getting that error. So this guy, my manage instance. Okay, so this guy is part of one resource group, which is mi demo. Okay, and the virtual network is it's in different VNet. Okay, my virtual machine and mi both are in different VNets. So if they are in different VNets, and if you wanted to connect, you have to have your peering in place. Okay, that is the fundamental thing. I repeat, my virtual machine, this is my virtual machine, and this is my managed instance. Both of them are in different virtual networks. So as they are in different virtual networks, I cannot connect to my mi without peering in place, without having peering in place. Okay, so first I have to create the peering, which is very simple. So go to your virtual networks. So this is my VM network, and this is my managed instance network. I think this or this, I think this one only, right? Let me check, double check. Not this one, okay. So this and this, I have to peer SQL N1 VNet and VNet mi new. So I have to peer both of them. So I have to go to the peering section inside the virtual network and then add that counterpart. So I will say VM to mi peer, and then mi to VM peer. That's it. Only one thing that I have to do. I have to select the mi network, and then it will be peered. So once it gets connected, we can connect to our mi. So it's done. So now if I go and if I run the same thing, it should not throw any errors. See, at the very next moment, it is true. And if I go to SSMS and if I try to connect now, it should not create any problems. Okay, so did you understand the concept? This is very basic concept, but still I'm just repeating. So if your networks, I mean to say, if your mi network and your VM network are in different VNets, then you have to peer. That's a fundamental thing. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on with the migration. So today I'm picking up offline migration, Azure Data Studio offline migration, and I will show you what the problem is first. Okay, so imagine I have a scenario where these are the multiple databases on my machine, and I have to migrate all these databases onto mi. Okay, so I think I have few of them. I will delete everything. So let's delete. It's okay. We'll start now. So we have, so first, before proceeding with the migration, what are the things that I have to consider? That is the first question, right? So there are too many things that we have to consider. Why I have to go with mi? That will be our first question. So what will be our answers for that? Why should I go with mi? When will we go with mi as our target? When will you choose mi? Why silence? Because it's 10:40 or 11 o'clock, right? So people don't want to talk, or anyone?
Maybe is that because of sizes and Size.
Size means no. If I wanted to choose VM, what is my main criteria? Why should I go with VMs? If I need operating system, if I wanted to have access with other components, and if I have any legacy applications. So these are the reasons, right? If I wanted to go with VM as my target, if I wanted to go with MI, what are the reasons?
I'm not sure, Vamsi.
Okay. So if you
For
are having,
security purpose to track the security logs, like
why if can't I do it on VMs for security, or can't I do it on Azure SQL?
by SQL managed instance, auditing tracks database events, no? Events and write into the log file.
Okay, let's consider that as one point. So what is the main reason? So if I wanted to go with MI as my target, so it means that I need platform as a service world. That is the first thing. That should be our first answer. Okay, so
Okay.
platform as a service world, I have 3 flavors. There is one more new flavor that got added. I should say 4 flavors now. Okay, I don't know how many of you are aware. One is managed instance. The other one is Azure SQL, which we are familiar. There is one more thing called as IoT, Azure IoT. Okay, that is a new thing that came into picture 2 months back or 1 month back. So I am not yet gone into that IoT yet. Okay, so we'll discuss that later. And we have hyperscale. Okay, out of all these 4, why should I go with MI? Because MI is a separate thing, and MI supports all the databases, and it supports backup and restore, which is not possible with Azure SQL. That is first thing. Native backup, I'm talking about native backup. Okay, and if you want instance level features, I have only with MI. So if I want linked servers, if I want SQL Server agent jobs, if I want credentials, if you want database mail, everything is possible with managed instance. But still, if you wanted to have PaaS as your target, then you will go with MI. Okay, that is not there on Azure SQL. Azure SQL doesn't support cross database queries. It doesn't support database mail, linked servers, agent jobs, everything. These are all the things what we discussed, right? So again, I should not be repeating the same stuff. So I'm proceeding now. Imagine I need to migrate multiple databases. Okay. So multiple databases I need to migrate. So let's take 4 or 5. I'm taking 5 or 6 databases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 databases. Okay. So next, click on next. And now you know why I have to go with MI. My requirement is I should have platform as a service world, and I should have instance level features. So that's the reason I'm going with MI as the target. So I'm choosing MI. So here itself, Azure Data Studio is informing you about any compatibility issues. So it's saying if you choose VM, all the 6 databases can be migrated without any issues. It's the same case with MI, but with Azure SQL, it is complaining about one database. Okay, so that is the beauty of Azure Data Studio. DMA will not give you all these results. So I have given enough stress on the importance of Azure Data Studio, but still, if you people think DMA is the better tool, I can't help you much. Okay, so if I choose MI, so let's click on MI and let's go to the 6 databases what we selected and click on select. Okay, click on next. So these are all the, this is the third step. So it will ask for the details. So it didn't ask me any details because my account is being linked. If you're doing it for the first time, you have to click on link account and you have to add your account. Okay, and in real time, you will have multiple tenants. You have to choose the right AD tenant. Just like AD tenant, you will have subscriptions. Choose the right subscription, location, and the resource group for your managed instance. I don't have multiple subscriptions. That's the reason I have only one subscription. So it popped up automatically and it filled up all the details for me. but in real time, you just need to choose your right subscription and location of your MI. Any questions here up to here?
Clear, Vamsi.
Okay, let's take a look of the databases because I would like to back up those databases for a second. Take a snap. These are the databases what we picked up. So click on next, next, next. So now we have two types of migrations with Azure Data Studio. One is online, the other one is offline. Okay, in each of these techniques, online and offline, we have again two types of categories. One is blob storage, where you will place your backup files onto your blob storage, and second one is network share. So this is the important thing that you have to understand. So when you are driving with Azure Data Studio, this interface will remains the same. So what is this? There are two approaches with Azure Data Studio. One is online, the other one is offline. So online, you know the importance of online. So what is the term online and what is the term offline? So offline means you have to stop your applications. Okay, you have to stop your applications and then you will take one final backup and you will copy that backup onto blob storage or you will place them onto network share. So that is about offline. I will repeat it again. What is offline migration? Offline migration is nothing but you have to stop your applications. Okay, so there should not be any connections to your database. Just like in real time, when you are about to do the final cutover, what will you do? You will stop all your applications and you will fire sys.sys process to that database and see and if there are no connections, you will keep the database in read only so that there will not be any DML operations. And then you will take a backup and you will restore it. Is that clear? That's what you do, right? When you go with migration, the final cutover.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is
Yes.
about
Yes.
offline migration. Online migration means the data will keep on coming. Okay, the data will keep on coming and the Azure Data Studio will keep on will keep on moving your backup files from that Azure network stair or Azure container, whatever it is. So it will keep on applying. So once everything is in place, okay, once everything is done, so it will ask for one final backup. So I will show you online migration maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. For today, we'll go with offline migration. So online migration is something different. I will show you. I have shown you already, but I will show you again in our upcoming classes. Today we are going to discuss about offline migration. So read these two lines. It is good enough to understand. Application downtime is limited to cutover at the end of migration. Here it is saying application downtime will start when the migration starts. Means it's just like you have to stop all your applications and then you have to click on this button. Here that is not the case. It's a different story. So first let's understand offline migration and then we will talk about online later, which we already covered, but I'll discuss that later. Okay, so coming to offline, again I have two options, blob storage and network share. So what is this network share? So network share is you are going to place your backups onto a network share and Azure Data Studio itself will copy those backup files from your on-premises network share to URL. Okay, and then from URL it will restore onto MI. So that's the beauty of Azure Data Studio. You need not do anything. Just place your backups onto your network share and give the necessary permissions. Rest, leave it to Data Studio. It will take care. Do you think DMA will do all these things? At least now understand the importance of Data Studio.
Can you
DMA
please
will,
repeat, Vamsi, once again?
very simple. DMA will not do any of these things. Okay, when it comes to Data Studio, we have two options. One is blob storage, where you will place all your backup files onto blob storage. And the second thing is network share. Okay, network share is nothing but you will copy your backup files from on-premises to one network share. Okay. And from that network share, Azure Data Studio itself will copy your backup files from that network share to container, and from container, it will restore onto MI. Did you get the point or not clear?
Yeah, I got it, clear.
Okay, so it is it is performing all the duties on behalf of you. You are not doing anything. You are just copying your backup files onto network share. For this to happen, okay, you should have something called as self-hosted integration runtime, which we discussed already. But today's class is not about Azure network share. Sorry, not about network share. So we are going to see about blob storage. Okay, so if I choose this option, it means that I have to place my backups onto blob storage. Okay, so I have to place my backups onto blob storage. Okay, let's do that. So again, it is asking for the subscription. So in real time, you have to choose the right subscription. The resource group. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have bad cough. So you have to create database migration service here. Okay. I already created it. So that is the reason it is picking up that. But if you're doing it for the first time, you have to create a database migration service. So it's the same thing, boss. So in the previous days, in olden days, people used to go with DMA. First, it's the DMA tool, what they made use of. After that, DMS came into picture. DMS is nothing but database migration service. And on top of it, Microsoft has built Azure Data Studio. So Azure Data Studio is superset. Okay, Azure Data Studio behind the scenes is making use of database migration service. Okay, so that is the reason Microsoft is recommending and suggesting to make use of Azure Data Studio when you are driving the migrations, because Azure Data Studio itself is making use of DMS behind the scenes. Okay, and here, if you don't have this migration service, you have to create one. So since I already have one, I just pick that up. I'm clicking on next. Any questions here? Okay. So click on next. And now I got multiple database names here. It got populated. And this is the resource group. Okay, resource group. This is my storage container. Did I provide any storage container? In any of my previous screens? See this? No, right? So it automatically picked up my storage account also. It automatically picked up my storage container also. Okay, let's go to my storage container first and see what is there. So storage container, sorry, storage account, and let me go to the containers. So I have different containers. So I'm removing all this. I'm removing everything. And I will create only one container first. Okay, it removed everything. So I'm going to create one container. I will say demo backups. Okay, let's go here and then click on previous and click on next. It is still thinking that all these things are there. So I don't have an option to refresh here. I think there is no refresh button, if I'm not wrong. Let's see if that is still taking or now I got demo backups. So it is saying there are no files found inside the demo backups. So I created the container. Did I place any of my backup files onto those containers? No, right? So I have to take backup for those databases. So I think we picked up these databases. So let's place our backup files, full backup files onto these databases. So when you are doing the migration, there is one important thing. Every backup file should be created with checksum option. If you don't do that, it will not throw any error, but it will take long time for you to restore onto MI, because it has to perform checks to ensure that your backup is valid. So to avoid that, you have to add that option. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So cust record is there, right? So go to task, backup, URL, choose that new container. You can ask me questions, guys, if you are not able to understand. Okay, MITD. So I just created demo backups. So I'm creating credential. Okay, clicking on this and then clicking on OK, and then script out this. Oh, sorry. So I have to ensure that I'm doing this option, perform checksum. So it should be with checksum. If you forget this, it will take longer time for you to restore onto MI. That is the problem. It won't throw any errors, but will take a lot of time. So ensure that option is there. So as this is a demo, I can do this, but in real time, please do follow the best practices. So I'll remove this also. Nothing is there. So now I'll say script this. So this is the line with checksum. This last one. This is important. Sorry. So execute. Okay, cust records full backup is there. And what are the other databases? Cust records, Contoso retail data warehouse. So do you think you will you do like this, like each and every database will come here and you will run backup database like this in real time? For each database, imagine you have to drive from 50 to 75 databases onto MI. So by the way, MI supports maximum 100 databases, guys. So keep that point in your mind. Managed instance will support only 100 databases, not more than that. So my question is, okay, I have 6 databases. So I will come here and I will say backup database and backup all these 6 database. I can write 6 times. Okay, but in real time, will you do like this? Imagine you have to migrate 60 or 70 databases at one shot.
No, Vamsi, better to use Ola Agrint.
You have to use Ola Halagren, or you have to use some kind of Powershell, right? So that's the reason I said Powershell at the beginning. So I will show you what I mean. So let's do for these databases first, and I will show you what the problem is, and then I will show you the importance of PowerShell. Just give me a second. So cust records, what are the other things? As DB, okay. Let me replace Control H. Has DB. Ignore the names, guys. So I do have this tendency to go with bad names. Okay. And then we completed 2. Demo TD other. Demo TD other. TD other with demo TD. And finally, we have demo on-prem also and contours or retail. Demo on-prem. See, even for 6 databases, I am doing a lot of work. So don't go with manual work. So you have to be smart enough to automate the things. Demo on-prem with contours or retail data warehouse. Okay, finally I'm done. Okay, let's now go to the storage container and see if our backups are there. Okay, so all our 6 database backups are placed inside my container. So is this done? So let's wait for it. 50. This is a bigger database. I think some 3 GB or 4 GB. 80, 90, 100. Done. Okay, now come back to our Azure Data Studio. So there is a warning. Read this warning message carefully. It is saying there are multiple databases with the same backup location selected. Okay, ensure that backup files from different databases are stored in separate folders. Is this statement clear, or do you want me to explain?
So Vamsi, when it says separate folder, which means like inside the container, it should be each backup folders like all diagram wise kind of way.
So that is what we will understand, right? It says, read this statement very clearly. It says multiple databases with the same backup location is being selected. That's fine. Ensure that backup files from different databases, like here I have 6 databases, and it is saying backup files from different databases have to be stored in separate folders. So it means we have to create separate folders. That is what it is saying. Okay, just for a moment, I'll just keep like this. So it's still I'm not able to find because I just created the backup files after this page. So let's go back previous and click on refresh there. So you will find those backup files and I'll show you the error message and let's talk something about that. And remember this point, guys, this whatever the things what I'm showing, it's not there on Microsoft page also. They have to update their page. I can say that. I'll show you that again. Just wait for it. Okay, so now this time it is picking up Contoso retail, the last one what we have. Okay, so for customer records, I have to choose customer records. For Contoso, that is Contoso. For demo on-prem, I have to go with demo on-prem. So demo TDE, I have to choose demo TDE, demo TDE other, and finally some dummy database, HASDB. So these are my files and these are my backups. This is a message. It's just a warning. It's not error. It's saying a warning. Okay, we are think that we are ignoring this warning message and we are moving forward. See what happens. So I'm driving the migration for 6 databases at one go. I'm clicking on next. So now my migration got it started. So as you can see, it is creating the migration for 6 databases. So how to track this? Anyone knows how to track my migrations? So you can click on here. Okay, it will show you all the 6 database backup files. Okay, and you can do it from here also. Where is that? Let's go to home. Okay, so we created DMS, right? So we can go to the DMS and we can choose that DMS service what we created, and here there is an option to monitor the migrations. So click on monitor migrations. You can do it from here also. So these are the 2 ways. Okay, so you can do it from here using the portal, or you can check it from Azure Data Studio itself. Any questions here, guys?
No.
Okay. Do you think these topics are complicated or is it understandable?
Understandable.
It's understandable, just need a practice.
Now you will come to know the real heat. Just wait for it, refresh. So it is saying one failed. Okay, it's saying all the 6 failed now. Okay, let's go to MI and see if there are any databases that got created on MI. So this is my VM and this is my MI. Did I click on refresh or properties? So no databases. Of course, test10 and testdb are not our databases, which are there on-prem. As you can see, the test is not part of anything. So those are different databases. So all 6 databases migrations got failed. Okay, so if I go here, if I choose the failed, so Contoso failed, customer records failed. If I click on status all, it is still trying to restore, but here it already is showing me everything got failed. So if I click on error message, so this is the message what I got. Let me copy that message. Do you think why it got failed? Any reason? So let's inspect the reason and let's understand what it is saying. This is what it is saying. So it is saying migration for the database failed. It is saying there are backups from multiple databases in the container folder. Please make sure the container folder has backups from a single database, but not from multiple databases. Is this clear? What did you understand by looking at this message? So it is saying you kept multiple backup files inside the container, which is not the right way. You have to create separate folders inside that container for each database. Is that the statement? That is what I understood, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
it failed. So let's refresh again. So now it is showing. So what is the faster way to inspect your migrations? Obviously from portal. Obviously from database migration service inside the portal, it is showing relatively faster compared to Azure Data Studio. Anyways, we got the message, same message, and we understood what needs to be done. So let's go and let's create the folders now inside that container and see what happens. Storage account, containers, So now I have to, can I create folders inside containers? Is that possible? This is my container. So I have to create folders inside my container. If so, how to do that? At least people who are part of my training, I've shown you, I think I've shared a script also, if I'm not wrong. Yes, with upload option. Okay, if I go to the upload, okay, it is asking you to browse the files, but it is not giving me an option here to create the folder, right? I'm looking here to create a folder inside the container. Is there any button to do this? So it says access policy, access tokens, blah, blah, blah. Again, silence. So let me see if I have that older script in place. We can create, but we need to write some scripts for that. I don't know where I kept that. Let me see. This is for LRS. Okay. Okay. So no problem. Let's do one thing. Ola Halagran. Scripts. So in real time also you will do the same thing. You will have Ola Halagran's place and you will try to make use of Ola Halagran, right? So I'm doing the same setup. So I will do this. Just copying everything and pasting it. That's it. Disconnect this. So I have the jobs now for full log, everything. I just need to concentrate on full.
So it is the best option, Vamsi, right? To use the Ola Halagran. Otherwise, you have to do it rework a lot, I guess, right?
Yeah. So here, if I wanted to create backups for multiple databases, I can give it at one shot. But I wanted to go with creation of directory. Yes, with Storage Explorer, you can create folders, but with Portal, it's not possible. So I have to create a directory for each database, right? So what should I do? So there is something called as, I think we can do
Yes.
something like this. And I can say, what is that parameter that I have to pass?
I think just a yes, I guess.
DB name, right? One second. Ola Hologram scripts @, directory. Yeah, database name. Let me check, double check. I've shown this in my classes, but I don't have that script. I just kept somewhere. I think DB name, database name, something. Let's inspect that first with the Google. Directory. Database name. Control F, directory. So here it's going to URL. It's not going to C colon or D colon. That is first thing we have to remember, right? Directory. Not this one. Where did I keep those things? kept somewhere, but I don't know where I kept that. Let me just check one final time, or else I'll check that again. Okay, I think I'm not stored it somewhere.
Vamsi, I just ping you. That's what you want. I'm not sure. You need a URL, right?
I need a URL, and at the same time, I have to have that directory.
Yeah, check the chat message. I have pinged you.
Okay, let me grab this. And if I do this, will it create so I'm just going with this. Databases, user databases, yeah. URL, okay. Credential, my credential. I'll just check official Ola page one more time.
Yeah, that's the location I got from. I'll ping you that URL.
URL. Okay,
I ping,
so
yeah, it
you
is
got
there.
it from here. Okay.
Yeah.
But our concern is I cannot place multiple backups into one single container, right? So that is what the error message what we got when we drive the migration. It says, please make sure the container folder has backups from single database. Okay, so by this we have to understand that I have to create separate folder, means separate container for each database. Is that statement right? Whatever what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
is that rubbish? I will just cut this, or I will just copy this, and just I will like to highlight this one. Please make sure the container folder has backups from single database, means every container should hold the backup of only single database, not multiple databases. Even if you create a subfolder inside that container, it will not work. I know by experience, but for you people, I'm letting you know upfront. Okay, even if you try to create subfolders, like if I go to my storage container, and if I create some 6 folders, and if I place them into respective folders for each of these backup files, still it will not work, guys. Okay, it will not work. That is for 100% sure. So I just wanted to show that problem, but somehow I don't know, I forgot the logic for that. That is my problem. Will you agree with my statement first, or should I create that subfolders inside that container?
No, the Ola Halagren should supposed to create Vamshi. I know
Let's
you did it last time. I know that.
Okay, let's do
So
this.
you
And
use that job only, and
okay,
you have created that only. So
okay,
you
let's
ran
do
the
that.
job and created.
Okay, so my account is nothing but MITDE 350 is my storage account, and my container is nothing but what is that name? Container what we created, demo backups, right? Yeah, demo backups. Credential, it will be demo backups. What if I leave that credential for a second, and if I run that? What is this one? What did I click on, man?
Escape, press escape. I don't know what is okay.
Okay, so it went away. Okay, let's go here and run this and see what happens. I'm removing the credential for a second. And it has to take backups of 6 databases. Demo TDE, demo TDE other as DB, cust records. What else? Cust records, demo on-prem, demo on-prem, demo on-prem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counter so retail data warehouse. That's it. If I'm doing it for multiple databases, is just semicolon or anything else that I have to for separation. Let me see. User databases. This is what I'm talking about. Directory structure, something like this. Anyways, we don't have directory structure here. Is it single quotes for every database, or there should be some syntax, right?
Single quote and comma.
From database.
I think single quote and comma. It may take time, guys, but believe me, you will understand something very important. I know I started very late.
Vamsi, you had a script for this, I think.
Yeah,
You
I do
last
have.
month-
I do have. I don't know where, because I usually I will run that on the fly and I will forget. It's okay. Let's see syntax wise it is correct. Parse it. Must pass parameter 2, number 2 and subsequent. Name equal to value.
There is a comma at the last.
It should be, because that is the end of databases.
Okay.
Comma. Okay. URL, comma, backup type, comma, verify. Okay. What is this saying? Must pass parameter number 2 and subsequent parameter name equal to value. Okay.
I think our database in double quote like this.
Not double quotes. It's name value pair. That's what he's saying. Name at the rate name equal to some value. So
What is the must pass parameter number 2?
we have to Google. Just like you, I'm doing on the fly. So some things I have to search also. Ola Halagren scripts. Error must pass parameter 2. So it is the syntax like this. I got the error. Yes. So any ideas? So it should be single value. First, whatever what I've written at the beginning, it's true. That's the same thing, Navin. Unnecessarily we have given quotes. We still didn't enter into PowerShell. Just imagine.
It's all a time consuming process to learn and test.
Okay, so
No, there is
Marcel,
one more left. No, there is one more left at the end.
and it should be there, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. And will it create separate folders, or what it will do, or it will fail first away at first shot doing something? Okay, let's go to the storage container and see what it did. Okay, it created SQL N1, and then it is created separate folders for each database. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it missed counters or retail something. But anyways, so let's yeah.
Vamsi, how come the SQL N1 is come from? What is the naming convention? Did we pass it or it
No, it took the server name automatically.
Oh, okay.
My server name is SQL N1. So it I will remove these databases backup files because it might cause you confusion. We are pretty clear that this didn't work. So we are going to we made use of Ola Halagren and created a separate folder for each database. And let's drive this migration now and see what happens. New migration. Don't worry, it will also fail. So customer 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay.
Select 5 databases.
Did I select 5? I think it is showing 4 or 5 folders. Yeah.
So we have only 5, right?
Yeah, so I missed. Let us skip this and let's go with 5. Doesn't matter, it will fail. My each and every class is going beyond 90 minutes. Even if I do, if I upload that video onto YouTube, people will never watch that. Offline migration. Okay, next, click on next. And now, this time it is saying no blob files found itself. Okay, so it is saying it's not able to find the files if you create something like this. You got it right? Now you understand the problem. To make you understand the problem, I took almost 1 hour. So what is the problem? Problem is if you keep multiple files under one container, it is not working. That is the first thing what we observed. The problem number 2 is if we create separate folders inside that container, that is also not working. Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what should I do now? If I wanted to drive the migration, so that is what this message talks about. So it is saying, please make sure the container folder has backups from single database. Means for every database, I have to create one separate container. That is the understanding that we have to learn from this exercise. So if you create one container and place multiple backup files, it will not work as I've shown a demo. And if you create subfolder inside that container for each database, that also is not working. The only thing what you have to do is create separate container for each database. So I hope I am clear, but at least I don't know about you. I am pretty much clear with this example, right? So in real time, imagine I have to drive 60 to 75 databases from from on-prem to MI using Azure Data Studio. Okay, so in that case, do you think that I will go and create container each and every time for each database? It's not possible, right? Obviously, you have to write a script to automate that. So that is what I wanted to show you today. Okay, you have to create separate container for each database. So what are the databases that needs to be migrated? You have to create separate container for each database. So I will show you that in action. Any questions here? Okay. Silence means I understood. Now what I have to do? I have to write some scripts. Okay, so I'll show you the script.
Vamsi, do you have a script for that last time you used in the last year session for the Ola level?
I think I might have somewhere. I'll check and update you.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so what this script does? Okay, I will show you the high level understanding of the script, and then before I do anything, I will delete. Okay, let it be there. Demo backups, that is not a problem. So what I am doing is I am getting my subscription ID, location, storage account name, and I kept all the databases that needs to be migrated inside this table. Okay, so you just create a table. Very simple, just create a table with the database names. So if you see here what I did, I'll show you. I'm showing you from the scratch, guys. I'm not hiding anything. So I came here. I just created one table inside the master database. You can create inside your DBA databases. So what I did is I just created this simple table. So it is storing the information of database names. That's it. Create table name, and I'm storing the database names inside this table. Okay. So I just inserted the database names into that table. So if you want, I can show you. Select star from SQL underscore databases. So I think 6 or 8 are there. So okay, 8 databases are there. Very simple. Okay. Next thing is, so I came here. So I am pulling that information of the database names by using invoke-SQL CMD. So I'm passing the instance name, database name, and the query to fetch that. And then I have written some code here. And if you wanted to understand, I can explain. So it is up to you guys. Are you interested in understanding this, or you just wanted to see how it works?
Well, Vamsi, quick questions. In line number 4, instead of your querying the database name from like SQL underscore databases, can we not use the like sys databases to grab those names? Just curious.
Which one?
That fourth line. That
fourth
query.
line, I just entered all the database names into one table name, so that it is easy for me to pick the database names. Or else you can do one thing: select star from sys databases. You can pick like that also. You don't need to create table also. You can create that. But my understanding is that when you are creating the containers, the container names is not allowing capital letters. So that's the reason I created a table and I made use of lower LOWER function. Okay, so and then I entered the database names into this table. That's the only thing what I did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then so when you create a storage account, there is one important thing that you have to understand. So let's go to the storage account. This is my storage account. And there is something called as shared access signature and access keys. Okay, so this is the important point, access keys. We have two access keys, just for information. We have two access keys, key 1 and key 2. So this is the password, some lengthy password, and this is what you will connect to your access keys. Okay, so the first part is you're getting this access keys information. My baby has come to my room and he's listening to my class today. Okay, this is about access keys. And since we have two values, two keys, I'm just picking up one key. Okay, so this one is nothing but I'm picking up one key. And this is all about automation, guys. Even if you don't know, leave it. You can just make use of the script. Okay, I'm just letting you know how it works. Okay, now I'm creating a container for each database. And then I have to make use of create credential for each database. This is what I should do. Okay, so even for backups also. So before doing the backup, what is needed? We need credential. Is that right? When you are doing backups with URL, you need credential, guys. Without credential, it will not work. So my duty is I have to automate everything in such a way that I have to create credential and I have to create what is that, container at the portal level, both together. So that is the script what I have created for myself. Just 6 lines or 8 lines. Or how many lines? 20 lines. That's it. Nothing great. Okay, let's run and see what happens. So I'm running the script. Okay, it's done. It's finished. Now let's go to the containers and see whether it has created separate container for each database. See, I got the database name, everything here. Okay, and even in fact, I got the syntax for the creation of credential also. So each credential will be created with the associated database name. Did you understand the importance of the script? Why I should create the script? Because if I don't create, then I have to come to the portal and I have to create database name. Container for each and every database name. Like this, I have to create. If I have to migrate 60 databases, I have to create 60 containers, and I cannot do it manually. That is first thing. Second thing, you have to create credential for each database. It's not possible to come over to SSMS and create credential for each database, right? That is also not possible. So you have to automate this. And so I'm sorry. And this is the automation script for the same.
So Vamsi, just to understand, by running this script, the PowerShell script, it will create a container inside the storage account, as well as it will create that credential at the database level for all the databases.
It is giving us the script to create the credential. It didn't create the credential. Okay. It created the folders, not folders, I should say containers. It created the container for all the database names at one shot. It is done. Okay. And it gave you the script to create the containers for multiple databases. Just copy this.
So it is taking the backup also?
No. It didn't take the backup and it didn't create the credential also yet. Okay.
Also,
so, yeah,
you can do like, output to the txt file, right? Instead of this copy.
No, yeah, we can output to a text file. You can do anything, but I'm just showing you the importance of the script.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so this is the output. Just you can just, as someone said, you can paste this into a text file and you can get the output also. That is fine. So I'm just copying because we have 8 databases. In reality also, if you have even 60, 70 databases, No problem. It will create the container for all the databases. Of course, if you see, I didn't write try and catch error blocks for my script, which means this is a bad script. It's just the introduction script. Okay. So come here and now, so just run this script. It will create the credential for all the databases. Done. At one shot, we are done. And coming back to Ola Halagren now. So let me refresh and it will show you everything. Okay, it is there. And now coming back to Ola Halagren, how will you write Ola Halagren script for each and every database now? Right? Because we have separate containers for each database. And we have separate credential for each database. So how to execute this now? This URL. This should have multiple, for each database, I should have a URL, right? Obviously. Understanding? Did you understand?
Yeah.
Are you getting the complications?
Yes, Vamsi.
So that is one more headache. So what I did is, I just took I got an idea like, why can't we do our own T-SQL script for the same? So just grab this. Okay. Just grab that script and paste it here. It will give you the relevant script. So what it is doing is, it will pick the database name and it will pick the credential name, and I'm appending the dates and timestamp to it. That's it. Sorry, I keep on getting this cough.
So basically, Vamsi, to understand, Ola Halagren is not possible otherwise.
Technically speaking, if you wanted to modify Ola Halagren, it will take a lot of efforts.
Okay.
So instead of that, if you just write some T-SQL script by extracting the credential names and pulling out the database name and appending timestamps to your database files, we are done. Why to make use of Ola Halagren here? In this case, for this case, if it is offline migration and if it is one final migration, just run the script. Okay. So you will get everything here. And you have to run this backup script and it will create all the backup files, and then you can drive the migration. So this is the importance of script. But the problem here is, guys, from past 4 or 5 days, I am trying the script. It is giving me everything. It is giving me the script. Everything is, I'm getting everything. But see what happens. If I try to back up any of the database, for example, let's try to back up one dummy database. Okay, it will fail with operating system error 50. See this. I'm getting this error continuously. What I am doing, I'm getting this error. Okay.
But Vamsi, why can't we use the same? I'm sorry, I'm circling back to last year class, whatever you have taken. Why can't we use the same way to just take it the backup? You have done like a couple of databases at the one shot, right?
Which one?
The last year you have taken for the MI migration offline or online.
We can do that also. But there, I told you very clearly, I took, I think 1 or 2 databases only I went, and I told you that I have to create script if I'm doing for multiple data, if you remember. There also, I didn't do completely. I said, I have to modify my Ola Halagren script, but I didn't do that. Okay, so this is how we should do. In frankly speaking, what I'm showing now is the right way. The problem here is when I am creating the container for all the databases at one shot, somewhere, okay, this secret key is not correct. I don't know why it is not correct, but it is happening. But if I am doing for each and every database, if I am creating secret key for every database, then it is working fine. I will show you in front of you. Okay. So if you Google it and if you try to come up with your own script, there is no Microsoft script that is available till now, apart from the page what I am showing. Okay. This is the first kind of script that we are generating for ourselves. First thing first, Microsoft officially has not documented this issue on their website if you are doing with Azure Data Studio, that we should not be creating multiple containers, multiple folders inside the container, or we should not be backing up all the backup files into one container. They have not written anywhere inside their documentation. That is first thing. And second thing, if you Google it, there is no script like the script like to create multiple containers and to create multiple signatures and secrets. All these things, there is no such script available till now. So this is the first script. What I'm doing is one of its kind. Unfortunately, this is not working. I don't know technically where I'm going wrong, because I've tried all the best possibilities and I couldn't find any valid reason for my failure. But if I'm doing it individually, it is working fine. So I will show you in front of you. So let me open the other script. I think this is 8 or 9, 8 I believe. Okay, so now I'm just giving one database. Okay, one database. I'm creating the token. Token is nothing but secret key, guys. So if I let me open this. Okay, the credential is nothing but it is from your SSMS. If you wanted to access your storage account, it is happening via this credential. Okay, so using this one, so using this password, that password is nothing but this secret key, the same thing. And if you wanted to get that secret key, yes, you can get it from here. Go here. Okay, go to your SaaS tokens, shared access tokens. Okay, and click on generate SaaS token and URL, and you will get this token. Copy this token. This is your secret key. So if you wanted to interact between your SSMS and your storage account, then you need credential. Why you need credential? For your authentication purpose. Okay, so for some reason, the key that is being generated with this PowerShell script is not working. I don't know why, but if I do it for each container individually, it is working fine. So for example, demo TD other. Okay, let me do the same thing. The error message what we got for one database. What is that? I tried with HashDB, right? Okay, it got failed. Let me do this for HashDB. So instead of creating SaaS token for all databases, I'm just doing it for one database. So it will give me the script. It will give me the secret key. And if I copy that secret key, leaving out the question mark, you have to leave the question mark, otherwise it won't work. Bear that in your mind. If I copy this one and update the password, then it is working fine. I don't know why it is like that.
So Vamsi, just to understand, you are getting the token from the portal itself using the PowerShell, right?
Yeah, same thing, no difference.
But in other script, you grab it, you used it, but it didn't work.
If I'm creating multiple containers secrets at one shot, it is not working. If I'm doing it for each one container, then it is working. That is the problem what I'm facing right now. Okay, for multiple databases, if I'm creating the secret key, it is not working. If I'm doing it for each container, it is working. So I'm updating for one container HashDB. So if I run this script now, it will work. See, this is the problem.
Yeah, so that script, whatever the first script you ran, it not getting correct a whole token, seems like.
Yeah, it is. For some reason, it is not working. There is no mess. If you, I worked on the script from past 4 days. I understood each and every bit of the script. Okay, I have full control on the script. For some reason, if you see the passwords here, for example, this is HashDB, right? Let me copy this. This is the password. Okay, and let me copy the password from the big PowerShell script what I got. HashDB, HASHS, this one. This is what I requested in our group. Anyone interested to sit along with me for this script? But no one pinged me. So if you see, the top one is for individual database. The bottom one is for all the databases at one shot. Two letters or two
words are
two
short.
words. Two words are missing. I
S-
don't know why it is missing, because we are automating the stuff. We are not doing anything manual here.
Also, Vamsi, if you go to that after the date, there is a above script has 25, the bottom one is 15.
That is different. That is fine. Doesn't matter here. The strings might be different. Okay.
Okay.
Because every time I am using a new storage container, so obviously it will create separate token for each and every time when I run the script. That is fine. That is understandable. The only thing is, if you see the length of these two strings, so one is higher than the other. So I don't know why, if I'm doing it individually, I'm getting, okay, let me count the number. Like that. I am literally clueless. I've given my best effort to understand this. But somehow it is not working. One is 109, the other will be 106, I guess. 109 or 106 or 107. Let me see. If that works, so my script will be the first script to achieve that target. But unfortunately, I got hit by the roadblock. 107, just 2 characters.
This is
See here, after signature and sig equal, there is number, it starts equal to 8. Here it starts there.
See, if you wanted to understand this, so it is SV equal to some last year, it is going up to last year. And this is today's date, 2023-09-25, which is today. And then some timestamp, I think T stands for time. And it is going, and it is giving me, I wanted to have read, write, delete list permissions. So that is also there. And finally, the signature part.
Here the difference is the signature part.
Yes, it will differ. Signature will differ, because if you see the commands here, okay, it is new SAS token. So I'm not extracting the SAS token. I'm creating a new SAS token. Okay. So when you are saying new, create the new SAS token, it will obviously create with a new number. It won't repeat the same number. That is understandable.
But the lengthwise should be same, right, Vamsi?
Yeah, length is the problem. That is what I'm bit. I got lost, I should say. Because if you see the same script, okay, same script, see the command new -az storage containers as token, the same one what I'm using here. Okay, and then the name here I'm using for loop, because each database has to come as a member here. So I'm saying -name, and then the for loop where I'm getting each database name as the container, and then I have to have the context here, storage context, which is there here also, same thing. And then the permission, and see this, I have the same permission, read, write, delete list, same command, nothing else.
Vamsi, go back to that txt file again.
Text file, okay.
Yeah, just the comparison one, the last one.
It's the last part. Signature should be like this, but I'm getting 2 words shortage, 2 letters.
Okay, I see. Okay, go back wherever you are. You can go for it now.
So the command remains the same, absolutely same. We are just inside one for loop, that's it. I don't know why, if I'm doing it inside the for loop, it is not creating the right string. I mean the password, credential password. But anyways, this is how we should develop the script, guys. Definitely there lies some problem somewhere. I did my level best, but unfortunately I was not able to find where the problem is. But I will sit on this for sure, and I will develop the try catch also, so that you can make use of these scripts in real time. Okay, at just one shot, you can migrate all your databases. It will create the backup, it will create the folders for you inside the containers. I mean to say containers inside the portal. It will create the credentials at one shot. You can run my script to create the backup file at for all the databases at one shot. Everything is ready, but only thing is the 2 letters that are missing. For some
Can you scroll
reason,
down
that is
little
not
bit?
working. Yes, that is nothing much here. So I'm saying take this token from substring 1. Why I'm doing substring 1? Because if you take it from 0, you will get question mark. So question mark should not be there. It should be excluded. That's the reason you should go with substring 1, leaving out the 0th character. Everything is same. No difference. Basic script. Anyways, so as I told you, I'm missing 2 letters. I don't know the reason for that. If anyone is aware of this, let me know. I will be very grateful, man, because I have given my sincere effort, but still I am not able to figure out. If this works, our work will be completely reduced, right?
Yep.
So this is what I would like to present today, and finally we did that. Any questions? By the way, tomorrow I will show you how to drive, not tomorrow guys, because I have to create Windows authentication. It looks very different and very difficult also. I am working on that. It might take some time. So I wanted to show migration of all the different types: Windows, SQL, and Azure AD authentication. Of course, Azure AD is not there on premises except if you are on 2022. So I will show how to migrate the logins of SQL and Windows onto MI using this one. Okay. Any questions? I will share the script, the basic script what I have written. You can work on this and try to develop, I mean, try to
Troubleshoot.
rectify the mistake what I committed.
Yeah, sure, Vamsi. We'll try.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So it's 12 o'clock, I believe. So 12:05.
So clear the token after the each iteration.
Clear the token. Which one?
SAS token.
SAS token.
Yeah.
You want me to clear what?
The content of the SAS token. There's a value in that, right? So you just remove after the each iteration. It will be. Is it kind of thing?
No, no, no. See, SAS token. SAS token. If you see, these are all the SAS tokens. Okay, secret. For each database, I got the SAS token. Okay. So here also for individual database, if you see, I'm getting the SAS token. So if you see my output, for this individual container, so this is how it looks. Question mark SP. So you might ask me why I didn't get question mark for my bigger script, because
That is fine. You mentioned that substring.
yeah.
So just remove that once and make it.
You mean to say if I remove SAS token, then there is I will not get the secret key at all.
Okay.
So SAS token has to be there. When it is generating the SAS token, I don't know why it is missing those 2 letters or 2 words, what you call 2 missing characters. One, I did this one multiple times with all the different possibilities. Even you can use policy also. So there is something called as policy. Just to let you know, we can drive this using access policy also. I did try that also. That is also not working. So I don't know the reason. I told you, right? So there is something and I'm missing that something part. Anyways, I will share the script to all the groups. by removing the names. If anyone is interested and if anyone wants to fix that, please let me know.
It will come from you only, Vamsi, I know.
No, given 4 days, almost 4 days for this script. I don't know where I'm going wrong. I mean, there is nothing for me to go wrong. It's just a basic script. When it is creating the SaaS container in a for loop, why it is missing those 2 characters?
Yeah, you can share. We'll look at it, Vamsi.
Will there be anything like data type, like garbages? No, right? Because that is an array. Obviously, this is nothing but an array of strings. So there is no such limitation of 110 or 120. So obviously, if you create an array, it can hold any value, like whatever that is the max inside the PowerShell. I'm talking about PowerShell. So technically speaking, I didn't find any issues, but somehow it is not working. Anyways, I will share this script with everyone. And if you get a chance, let me know and we can work on that script. Okay, then I will make a move. So thanks for joining. I know it's
Vamsi, can you migrate that one HSDB? Na? You already created create one.
We can migrate. So let's go to MI and
Vamsi, meanwhile, quick question. Did you created this as a part of a new web, this instance, am I?
2022, yes.
Oh, okay. So no issues you faced after that. That
No,
what
I
we
didn't
had.
face any issues. That's what I'm saying at the beginning. The bill
Okay,
also,
okay.
it is not appearing, like maybe 3 or 4 euros. When I stopped in MI, it is not charging much.
Oh, great. Okay. Thanks, Vamsi.
Yeah, so you can try, everyone can try MI now, because even with general, I mean with free account also, we are now eligible to create MI. It was not there before. I think they started it from this year May or something. I read somewhere that part. That's the reason I'm saying. Azure storage container, someone is asking me to restore HashDB. So let's pick that up. There is nothing, no data, but doesn't matter whether we have data or not. So let's see whether it works. And by the way, you need not do restore. Azure Data Studio itself will do restore for you. Okay. If you just picked up HashDB from Azure Data Studio, it will do for you. You need not do. But since you asked, I'm doing it manually. Let me refresh. Okay. It got entries there. Might take some time. Yeah, it's done. So I did it manually, but if you are doing with Azure Data Studio, this database, if you choose, it will work automatically. You need not do anything. That's the beauty of Azure Data Studio. It will only take the backup. It will pick up the backup files from your Azure storage container and it will restore onto MI. You just sit and watch. And if you are choosing that network share, so what it will do is it will copy the backup files from our on-premises network share to this Azure storage container, and from that storage container, it will restore. So again, most of the things they have automated. You need not do anything. Just you need to understand the basics like what I'm showing.
Click start and watch the movie. That's
it. That's it. So if you can understand this automation part, and if you can do some automation stuff, that will make you different from others. That's what I am doing for myself, at least. Okay, guys, it's 12:15, so I have to go to bed. So I will catch you tomorrow, and I will upload the session tomorrow. It's too late. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Vamshi.
Take care, guys.
Okay. Thank you,
Thanks,
Vamshi.
Vamshi.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Good
Vamshi.
night.